Proverbs chapter 10 marks an important turning point in the book of Proverbs. Solomon shifts gears, and we move into short, powerful statements that contrast wisdom and folly, righteousness and wickedness, life and death. In this chapter, think of wisdom as practical truths meant to guide daily living. Proverbs 10 teaches us that our daily choices reveal the kind of life we are building. As mentioned earlier, Proverbs 10 is built on contrasts. Nearly every verse places two paths side by side: the wise versus the foolish, the righteous versus the wicked, diligence versus laziness, speech that gives life versus words that destroy. These proverbs remind us that wisdom is not abstract. It shows up in how we work, how we speak, how we respond to conflict, and how we treat others. The chapter emphasizes that righteousness brings stability, while wickedness leads to trouble, even if it seems successful for a moment. I will summarize the chapter in three principles. Number one, the power of righteous living. Proverbs 10 repeatedly contrasts the righteous and the wicked. Verse 2 tells us that treasures gained by wickedness profit nothing, but righteousness delivers from death. This sets the tone for the entire chapter. True security does not come from wealth, status, or shortcuts. It comes from living rightly before God. Number 2, wisdom and words. One of the strongest themes in Proverbs 10 is the power of words. Solomon repeatedly teaches that speech reveals the heart. Wise words bring healing, instruction, and peace. Foolish words stir chaos, shame, and harm. Our words are not neutral. Speech can either protect life or lead to destruction. This sets the stage for one of the most well-known verses in the chapter. Proverbs 10:12 says, "Hatred stirs up conflict, but love covers over all wrongs." This verse contrasts two powerful forces, hatred and love. Hatred is not passive. It stirs things up. It reopens wounds, revives old arguments, and keeps conflict alive. Hatred looks for reasons to divide and refuses to let wrongs rest. Love, on the other hand, covers wrongs. This does not mean love ignores sin or pretends wrong doesn't exist. Instead, love chooses forgiveness over retaliation. Love refuses to spread offenses, replay them, or use them as weapons. To cover in biblical wisdom means to protect, to absorb, and to prevent further damage. Love absorbs the cost of offense and stops conflict from multiplying. In everyday life, Proverbs 10:12 teaches us that unresolved bitterness fuels division, but love has the power to bring peace. Number 3, diligence versus laziness. Another major contrast in this chapter is between diligence and laziness. Verse 4 says that lazy hands make for poverty, but diligent hands bring wealth. This is not only about money, but about stewardship. God honors faithfulness, effort, and responsibility. Proverbs 10 reminds us that wisdom shows up in how we work, serve, and follow through on what God has given us to do. With these principles in mind, Proverbs 10 instructs us to examine our daily lives. Our work ethic, our words, and our responses to others reveal whether wisdom or folly is guiding us. And at the heart of it all, we are reminded that love, not hatred, is God's chosen path to peace and stability. Every verse invites us to choose the path of righteousness, integrity, and discipline. These small daily decisions shape the direction of our lives and reflect the fear of the Lord, which is the foundation of true wisdom. Lord, help us to walk in wisdom each day, guarding our words, choosing diligence over laziness, and letting your love cover every offense we encounter along the way.